379. Shalomon's wise judgments, chapter 4. So Shalomon was king of all Israel. 2. And there were princes whom he had, and these were the princes whom he had: Azariah, the son of Zadok, the priest. 3. Ahoreph and Ahiah, the sons of Shisha, scribes. Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, the recorder. 4. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the army, and Zadok and Abiathar were priests. Five. And Azariah, the son of Nathan, was over the governors. And Zabur, the son of Nathan, the priest, was the king's friend. 6. And Abinshah was over the household, and Adoniram, the son of Abda, was over the tribute. Adoniram, the son of Abda, was over the tribute. 7. And Shalomon had 12 governors of all Israel, who provided food for the king and his household and for the army. Each month of the year it fell to one of them to supply provisions. 8. And these are the names: the son of Hur, who ruled in Mount Ephraim. 9. The son of Decah in Makkaz, and Shaalbim, and Beth Shemesh, and Elon Beth Haran. 10. The son of Hesed in Rabbath. To him belonged Sokoth, and all the land of Hepher. 11. The son of Abinadab in Naphtador, who had Taphath, the daughter of Shalomon, to wife. 12. Baana, the son of Ahilud, who ruled in Tanakh and Megiddo, and in Beth Shean, which is beside Zatan, below Jezreel, from Beth Shean to Ab-el Mahola, as far as the far side of Nikamam. 13. The son of Geba in Ramoth Gilead. To him belong the towns of Jair, the son of Manasseh. To him also belong the region of Agab, which is in Bashan, 60 great cities with walls and bronze bars. 14. Ahinadab, the son of Iddo, in Mahanaim. 15. Ahimaaz was in Naphtali. He took Basmath, the daughter of Shalomon, to wife. 16. Baana, the son of Hushai, was in Asher and in Aloth. 17. Jehoshaphat, the son of Paro, in Issachar. 18. Shimei, the son of Elah, in Benjamin. 19. Geba, the son of Uri, was in the land of Gilead, in the country of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og, king of Bashan. And the governors ruled in the land. 20. Judah and Israel were as many in multitude as the sand which is by the sea. They ate and drank and made merry. .380 Shalomon's literary works. 21. And Shalomon ruled over all the kingdoms from the river which is in the land of the Philistines as far as the border of Egypt. And his subjects brought presents and served Shalomon all the days of his life. 22. And Shalomon's provisions for one day was 36 measures of fine flour and 60 measures of meal. 23. 10 fat oxen and 20 oxen out of the pastures, and 100 sheep, besides harts and gazelles and roebucks and fatted fowls. 24. For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, from Tipsah even to Azar or Gaza. Of all the kings on this side of the river he had peace on all sides round about him. 25. And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. 26. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 horsemen. 27. And those governors supplied provisions for King Solomon and for all who came to King Solomon's table, every man in his month. They lacked nothing. 28. Barley also and straw for the horses and the dromedaries they brought to the place where the officers were, every man as it is was his due. 29. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart. 30. So that Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the people of the east, and all the wisdom of the Egyptians. 31. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Easterner, and Heman, and Calcol, and Dada, the sons of Mahol, and his fame was in all the nations round about. 32. And he spoke 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. 33. And he spoke of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even to the hyssop that springs out of the wall. He also spoke of beasts, and of fowl, and creeping things, and of fishes. 34. And there came men from all nations to hear the wisdom of Solomon. From all the kings of the earth he received presents. From all the kings of the earth who had heard his wisdom. Chapter 5. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent his servants to Solomon, for I had heard that they had anointed him king in place of his father, for Hiram was always a lover of David. 2. And Hiram sent to Solomon and blessed him, and Solomon sent to Hiram, saying, 3. You know how David my father could not build a house to the name of the Lord his God because of the wars which were about him on every side, until the Lord put his enemies under the soles of his feet. 4. But now the Lord my God has given me rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary nor evil occurrence. 5. And behold, I purpose to build a house for the name of the Lord my God, as the Lord spoke to David my father, saying, Your son, whom I will set upon your throne, in your place shall build a house for my name. 6. Now therefore command that they cut for me cedar trees out of Lebanon, and my servants shall be with your servants, and I will give you your wages for your servants, according to all that you shall ask. For you know that there is no one among us who has the skills to cut timber like the Zidonians. 7. And when Hiram heard the words of Solomon, he rejoiced greatly and said, Blessed be the Lord this day, for he has given to David a wise son over his great people. 8. And Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, I have heard the things for which you have sent to me, and I will do all you desire concerning timber of cedar and timber of fir. 9. My servant shall bring them down from Lebanon to the sea, and I will convey them by sea in floats to the place that you shall appoint me, and I will cause them to be discharged there, and you shall receive them from there, and you shall also accomplish my desire in giving food for my household. 31. The temple is started. 10. So Hiram gave Solomon cedar trees and fir trees according to his desire. 11. And Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 measures of wheat for food for his household, and 20,000 measures of poor oil. And thus Solomon gave to Hiram year by year. 12. And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon always, and they two made a league together. 13. And Solomon raised a levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men. 14. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by turns. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. And Adoniram was in charge of the levy. 13. And Solomon had 70,000 men who bore burdens, and 80,000 hewers of stone in the mountain. 16. Besides the chief of Solomon's officers, who was set over the work, 3,300 who were in charge of the people doing the work. 17. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones, costly stones, and hewed them to complete the house. 18. And Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders and the stonemasons did hew them. So they prepared stones and timber for the building of the house. Chapter 6. And it came to pass in the 480th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign of Israel, in the month of May, which is the 2nd month, he began to build the house of the Lord. Two. And the house which Solomon built for the Lord was in length 60 cubits, and in breadth 20 cubits, and in height 30 cubits. 3. And the porch in front of the door of the temple was 20 cubits long, and the same as the breadth of the house, and 10 cubits was the depth before the length of the house. 4. And for the house he made windows and narrow lights. 5. And against the wall of the house he built rooms encircling the wall of the house, both of the temple and the Holy of Holies, and he made side rooms round about them. 6. The lowest chamber was 5 cubits broad, and the middle was 6 cubits broad, and the third was 7 cubits broad. For outside in the wall of the house he made narrow copings round about, in order that the walls should be fastened together. 7. And the house, when it was building, was made of stones hewn before they were brought thither, so that there was neither hammer nor axe or any tool of iron heard in the house while it was building. 8. The door of the middle chamber was on the south side of the house, and it went up with winding stairs into the middle chamber, and out of the middle into the third. 9. So he built the house and finished it, and roofed the house with beams and boards of cedar. 10. And when he built additional rooms against the whole house, 5 cubits high, they were fastened to the house with timber of cedar. 11. And the word of the Lord came to Solomon, saying, 12. Concerning this house which you are building, if you will walk in my statutes and execute my judgments and keep all my commandments to walk in them, then I'll perform my word with you, which I spoke to David your father. 13. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and I will not forsake my people Israel. 14. So Solomon built the house and finished it. 15. And he covered the walls of the house within the boards of cedar, from the floor of the house to the rafters of the ceiling. He covered them on the inside with wood, and he covered the floor of the house with boards of cypress. 32. The plan of the temple. 16. Solomon built 20 cubits in extent on the sides of the house, both the floor and the walls with boards of cedar, and built within it the Holy of Holies. 17. And the house, that is the inner sanctuary, was 40 cubits long. 18. And the house was covered within with cedar, and was carved with buds and open flowers. All was cedar, and there was no stone seen in it. 19. And the holy place was made in the inner part of the house, to set the ark of the covenant to the Lord. 20. And the length of the holy place was 20 cubits, and the breadth was 20 cubits, and the height was 20 cubits. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and covered the altar with gold. 21. And Solomon overlaid the house within with pure gold, and he made a doorpost in front of the sanctuary and overlaid it with gold. 22. And the whole house he overlaid with gold until all the house was finished. Also the whole altar that was in the sanctuary overlaid with gold. 23. And within the sanctuary he made 2 cherubims of olive wood, each 10 cubits high. 24. And 5 cubits was the one wing of the cherub, and 5 cubits the other wing of the cherub, 10 cubits from tip to tip, from the tip of one wing to the tip of the other. 25. And the other cherub was 10 cubits. Both cherubim were of the same measure and the same size. 26. The height of the one cherub was 10 cubits, and so was with the other cherub. 27. And he set the cherubim within the inner house, and the wings of the cherubim was stretched forth, so that the wing of the one touched the wall, and the wing of the other cherub touched the other wall, and the wings touched each other in the middle of the house. 28. And he overlaid the cherubim with pure gold. 29. And he carved all the walls of the house round about within ornaments, and he fashioned carved ornaments and cherubim and palm trees and open flowers within and without. 30. And the floor of the house and the floor of the house he overlaid with gold within and without. 31. And for the entrance of the sanctuary he made doors of olive wood. The lintel and the doorposts were strongly fastened. 32. The two doors also were of olive wood, and he carved upon them figures of cherubim, and he carved ornaments and palm trees and open flowers, and overlaid them with gold, and spread gold upon the cherubim and upon the palm trees. 33. So also he made for the door of the temple posts of olive wood, plain and square. 34. And the two doors were of fir wood, and the two leaves of the one door were ornated, and two leaves of the other door were ornated. 35. And he carved on them cherubim and palm trees and open flowers, and he covered them with gold overlaid upon the carved work. 36. And he built the inner court with 3 rows of hewn stone and a row of cedar beams. 37. In the 4th year was the foundation of the house of the Lord laid, in the month of May. 38. And in the 11th month, in the month of Tishrin, which is the 8th month, was the house finished according to all its parts and according to all the fashion of it. So he was 7 years in building it.